If you don't know, I'm Mark Morell, track announcer here at I-35 Speedway. As we get started here, I just want to add a couple of things before we get underway with tonight's ceremony. I just want to know that, remind you guys that last year was my first one-year anniversary with you guys. Last year was my first job here as a track announcer for I-35 Speedway here at the banquet. I want to thank you guys very much. A lot has happened since that time, as you know. Of course, racing is a family and a family itself. Drivers here compete against each other at the track, but help each other in the pit area. Wives, sons, daughters, friends, and family all help us to make this happen each week. We all celebrate new arrivals here, what a baby will be, happy times at Victory Lane, and defeat as well. We pick each other up when we have our difficult times, we laugh together, and we all mourn together. Wanted to let you guys know that the enthusiasm I provide calling your races isn't faked or made up. It comes straight from the heart, as it has since I was a 4-year-old kid. We were next door to our neighbor who was a race car driver, and that's when all of you race car drivers became my heroes, and always have been. And I will tell you that honestly, it's one of the most thrilling and exciting things to witness and experience, and it is truly an honor to convey that to the audience and fans at I-35 Speedway. I want to thank a big thank you to Mike and Kyle Johnson for giving us a place to make this all happen, and everything behind the scenes that you both do to make this a reality every week. Thank you guys very much. And Mike, I think I found some money here in my pocket. Let me see. Oh, it's just a napkin. Sorry, buddy. That money is going to have to wait. All right. Well, I also want to thank JD for stepping up behind the mic this year, for the Bluetooth that he provided for us, the new mics, the invocations that he provides, and much more that he does. But most of all, I want to thank him for just being my friend. I also want to thank Paula and your family for all that you guys do. All the power wheels and everything you do with the champions stand and everything you guys do for the kids and the people at the track all year long. Thank you very much for the Wilson family and Romsburg. Thank you very much. Some of the other folks too, like Heather and the 50/50 tickets. I don't know where you are, Heather. I see you over there. There you are. Always mean to find you at the track walking back and forth. Thank you for all you do with the 50/50 tickets and the programs as well. And Randy, and of course Bob. And there are no chicken strip specials going on right now, by the way. There's no Trackside Bar and Grill here, so no chicken strip specials for you guys. Stacy, and thank you for all you guys do down at the Trackside Bar and Grill. And Diana, thank you very much for all the big hugs there as well, and for all you do too. Also want to thank Linda and Linda, Hal, and Mary over there. Thanks for all you guys doing for putting up with my loud outdoor voice calling all the races there right next to you guys all year long. I want to appreciate that. Thanks to Lisa Burlington, Jessica Osvig for your outstanding photography, and to Osvigs for their fantastic programs each week, and for all that those guys do. KC Cheese, Mike Kraft, Leroy Morrison, and your dad for providing all the videos for all the drivers and all the races. Thank you guys very much for that, for everything, for you guys doing that each week. Thank you guys very much. I also want to thank all the I-35 staff, as well as all the track sponsors, of course, to make all this happen for all of us here at I-35 Speedway. And thanks also to Myron and Shauna at Pit Stop Catering. How about a big hand for those guys for that delicious food for tonight? Also want to thank all the drivers, their crews, their friends, family, and a big thank you to my fiancée, Mickey, who missed just 2 races with me all year. She ran the scoreboard at some times. She ran for food and drinks for me. She could have chosen to be anywhere else, but she chose instead to be right there with me and be with you all as well. So thank you, Mickey. I appreciate that very much throughout the year. Thank you very much. Also, lastly, a heartfelt thanks to each and every one of you. Each and every one of you guys. Honestly, thank you for making every one of you for making racing an awesome sport that it is, and a great family here at I-35 it is. Thank you guys all very much. All right. Tonight we're here to honor several individuals who have achieved great accomplishments here at I-35 Speedway, the racers themselves, those who have worked behind the scenes. We're all a racing family here, as we just mentioned. Everyone enjoys the benefit of being honored, so let's give our support by keeping the conversations down until after all the awards are present, and let's give a big applause for everybody as they come up and get their awards tonight. Well deserved, all of you. So we're going to start the presentation of awards. As we do this, guys, what we're going to do is have you come up on the stage this way over here to get your trophies, then walk down over here, and then we'll have you come over to get your picture taken with Pearl Photography so that you guys can go home and have a lasting memory here at the track from your winning tonight and for all you've done here at I-35 Speedway throughout the entire season. Of course, none of this, again, would be possible without Mike and Kyle, and thank you again for all you did. If you guys didn't see it, they got Promoter of the Year at I-35 Speedway. They were presented with that before the ceremony started, before the last race. So again, how about a big, nice round of applause for Mike and Kyle Johnson. All right, there you go. How about that, boss? Now, do I still owe you that money? I still do. Okay. All right. Well, I tried. All right. Well, all year long we had some fantastic, exciting door-to-door, edge-of-your-seat racing. You guys all aware of that. It didn't matter which class, numerous last lap passes, out of 4, foot to the floor, racing is rubbing, side-by-side finishes were observed all year long. For those that here honored tonight, it proves just how great a driver they were to accomplish the finishes that they did. So let's start first with the sports compacts. Some of the most exciting racing of the year came from this class. The first race of the season, there were 4 wide down the backstretch. We saw that most of the year as well. They resembled a pack racing style that we call Daytona racing, and now we're going to call that I-35 racing. These guys provided excitement every week, fun every week. 4-cylinder cars came to race. 53 different competitors all year long came to compete in this class. After 8 weeks of racing, we had 8 different winners. Pretty amazing. This is equal competition. This is a 3-way battle for the championship, went all the way down to the final race of the season. So pretty cool deal. And so we're going to honor tonight the top 5 finishers in the sports compacts. Let's start with number 5. Number 5, Dave Petty Jr. Congratulations, David. I'm still looking for that Facebook friends request reply back from you. All right, next up, in the half crazy car, John Willard. There's John. Congratulations, John.
Thank you. Thank you.
Finishing 3rd in the sports compacts this year, Stephen Bunton. There's Stephen. The Batmobile. There he is. Congratulations, Stephen. Finishing 2nd in the points in the sports compacts, Alvin Cooney. Trophy looks pretty big, Alvin. Congratulations. And our champion, David Miller III. 5 heat race wins and 2 feature wins earned him the championship. Congratulations, David. And that trophy is bigger than you are. Look at that, it's taller than all of us. How about a big hand for all the guys here in the sports compact division? All right, let's move on to the E-Mods. What do you say? All right, the electrifying E-Mods. This class twice ran green to checkered this year, and yet some nights they bumped the time clock on finishing. Throughout the 2018 racing season, we saw 61 different competitors in this class. Tonight, we honor the top 5 in the E-Mods. Let's start with number 5, Chris Mercer. And accepting for Chris Mercer tonight will be Randy Ainsworth. This sounds like the Academy Awards. I know Randy has a lot to do with the team. Congratulations to Chris and Randy as well. Yeah, go ahead, guys. Applause for those guys. That's awesome. Finishing 4th in the E-Mods this season, A.J. Sayers. AJ here? Okay, AJ is not here tonight. Finishing third in the electrifying E-Mods, Gary Don Ainsworth. Congratulations, Gary. Finishing second in the E-Mods, Leroy, the Candyman Morrison. Big popular win at the end of the year. Congratulations, Leroy. And our champion, Bobby Lopez. 5 heat race wins, and 1 A-feature win this season. Consistency earned him this championship. Again, a big hand for Bobby Lopez. Congratulations, Bobby. All right, how about the Pure Stocks? This is like looking for Christmas presents up here. All right, let's go to the Pure Stocks. There were 46 different competitors in this class that we had this year. We saw our champion get out front and pull away. We saw side-by-side racing lap after lap. We saw nose-to-tail, last lap passes. We saw super close finishes all in this class. Tonight we honor the top 3 in the Pure Stock division. Third, Bo Wells. Second place, Riley Fuller. Congratulations, rookie. Nice job. Big smile, that's awesome. And our champion in the Pure Stock division, Mr. Ron Hill, the Monkey Man. Mr. Consistency finished with the first 10 heat race wins and 10 feature wins to claim the championship. Congratulations, Ron. You're welcome. He got that one for the thumb, and now he's talking about baby back to back, so we'll see what he can do. How about a big hand for Ron Hill? Grand Nationals. Next, we're going to move on to the Grand National Series. There were 29 different competitors in this class in 2018 with 5 different winners. To sum up this class, whoever got up front, Houston Johnson or Chad Fuller, pretty much had the victory, but they fought back and forth throughout the year. They showed a lot of respect for each other and great respect for this class, actively recruiting other competitors with many considered better equipment. They came to have fun and race. So let's honor the top 5 in the Grand National Series. Starting with 5th, Chris Klein. Congratulations, Chris. You're welcome. 4th, Billy Hoover. All right, we'll move on to 3rd, John Hansen. In 2nd, Chad Fuller. There he is. Congratulations, Chad. And our champion in the Grand Nationals, Houston Johnson. 10 heat race wins and 12 feature victories for Houston Johnson. Congratulations, Houston. How about a big hand for all our Grand National competitors? All right, next up, the USRA B-Mods. Probably the most competitive racing all year. 10 different winners in 24 races that were run. On any given night, you never knew who might pull off the win. This past year, the track hosted 97 different competitors in this class, so to make the top 7 is very well deserved. We're going to honor the top 7 drivers in the USRA B Mod. Starting with 7th, Doug Keller. Sixth, Ed Knoll. 5th, Jared Hilliard. There is Jared. There we go. Got a baby in tow. Here we go. Congratulations. Congratulations. Nice job. 4th place, Dustin Miller. In 3rd, Randy Ainsworth. It's going to keep walking the stage tonight. This is like a fashion show. Congratulations, Randy. All right, in this class we had 2 champions in the USRA B Mods. The USRA stopped their track points after September 16th, so the leader at that time was Daniel Harris. He is the USRA track champion. I-35 Speedway continue to get points towards the season, all season long toward the championship, less the 2 lowest points all year. A 100-point bonus for those that race 85% of the races left. Chase Galvin leading those points on October 27th, 2018. Therefore, tonight we honor both our champions, USRA champion Daniel Harris, our season-long champion, and Chase Galvin. Congratulations, Chase. Nice job. 9 wins. And a huge trophy. Very cool. How about a big hand for all the USRA B Mods?
USRA stock cars.
Next we move on to USRA stock cars. By the time the season ended, there were 65 different competitors in this class. Many showed up for the Gary Davis race and just kept coming back. Tonight we honor our top 4. Starting with 4th, Mudcat Cletus Murray. And the hat says it all. Congratulations, boss. In 3rd, Aaron Sauter. Second, Gene Stiegel. Congratulations.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Congratulations, Gene. And our champion, Jeff Dixon. This man had only 2 heat race wins, but came home with the money to claim the championship. 5 wins, 17 top 5s. Mr. Smooth, the driver of the number 88, Jeff Dixon. Congratulations, Jeff. I like the hat, too. That's awesome. Feature winner. There you go. How about a big hand for all our USRA stock car drivers? And now we move on to the A-Mods, the USRA A-Mods. This class saw 68 different competitors in action this year. To finish in the top 8 is, again, quite an accomplishment for all these drivers. In 8th, Mark Dodson. In 7th, Derek Hicks. Congratulations. 6th, John Hansen. 5th, Austin Johnson. Congratulations, Austin. He's got a couple of fans up here. In fourth, Shane Lawson. Congratulations, man. In third, Darren Shaw. In second, Houston Johnson. Congratulations. And our champion, Dennis Elliott. competed in 23 of 24 events, earned 11 heat race wins, and graced the McCarthy Auto Group victory lane 8 different occasions. I'm going to have you stop right here so I can read all of your accomplishments real quick, Dennis. You won both the USRA Track Championship and the season-long I-35 Speedway Track Championship as well. Additionally, I believe right now they show you third in the points in USRA. We'll have to see how that all unfolds. But I believe also, if I remember correct from the stats, you never finished outside the top 10 all year long.
No, we're just fortunate enough to keep the car going and finish races, and ultimately that's what you got to do to end up where we did tonight. So,
well, there you go. Well, congratulations, Dennis, and here's your well-deserved trophy. How about a big hand for all our USRA A-Mods? All right, well, that's part of our hardware, but we're not done here tonight. We have some special awards that we give out every year as well. Our Sportsmanship Awards. This award goes to our drivers who, while participating in the sport, show skills and devotion to racing with conduct becoming of a sportsman. They enjoy the honest rivalry the sport brings, but yet the graceful acceptance of the results. This year we have we honor 2 drivers which represent the previous statement very well. We've already mentioned what great respect these competitors had for each other all year. They went above and beyond. Though when they went recruiting for other drivers in their class on the track, usually the first one again was normally not always the one to win the race. Their respect for each other and support of I-35 Speedway have earned both Houston Johnson and Chad Fuller the Sportsmans of the Year at I-35 Speedway. Well, these guys were amazing all season long. There we go. Congratulations. Congratulations, Chad. Chad, you might want to stand there for just a second. Rookies of the Year. Our definition of Rookie of the Year is someone new to the sport. The fun part is we get to watch the rookies grow, normally starting at the back of the races, then building up their confidence to pass someone. After passing someone, then their confidence comes in finishing a race. Then from finishing a race to actively racing and making it into the tech area. Either way, they are entering a sport we all love. We all welcome and recognize them in their endeavors. We held only 1 rookie in the 2018 season I-35 Speedway. We got to watch her grow. 22 starts in pure stock. She recorded 14 top 5 finishes to finish second in the points. Let's give a big hand to Riley Fuller, our Rookie of the Year. Congratulations, Riley. There, that's very cool. How about a big hand for those guys? All right, our next award is the Unsung Hero Award. This award goes to a person who works behind the scenes accomplishing tasks that no one else desires to complete. This year's recipient has been behind the racing scene for many, many years. This person's love of the sport has led to many different tracks throughout the years. I-35 Speedway has become this person's home. Arriving early at the gates, as the gates usually swing open, and usually one of the last to leave after the checkered flag falls, this person has been involved in working at races longer than any of us here at I-35 Speedway, including the owners Mike and Kyle and anybody on the I-35 staff. She's usually one of the first people the drivers will meet at the track. She controls the drivers' draw and lineups. She is our head scorer, and we could not accomplish all that we have without her amazing talent scoring the races, and at least one of the least liked jobs here at I-35 Speedway. Our unsung hero is Linda Powell. Congratulations, Linda. Tears in her eyes. That's pretty cool. Again, how about a big hand for Linda Powell? Next up, we have our Special Recognition Award. Folks, we could not compete without their assistance. They're a great bunch to work with at the track. We need to reschedule. They're always there supporting us. They're a business we hope we never have to need, but they're just in case. Let's recognize the Community Ambulance Service of Davies County. Thank you all very much. I'm supposed to sing while they're coming up here? Congratulations. Welcome. Congratulations. Welcome. Again, how about a big hand for our Special Recognition Award, the Ambulance Service of Davies County. Another award and another business we could not do without, and yet, of course, as racers, you don't want to see either until they need it. Before we present it, though, let's give credit where credit is due. They're longtime sponsors of I-35 Speedway and a huge part of the crew each week. Tonight, the Hook of the Year award goes to Bridgman's Wrecker Service. I think I may have called your guys' name almost more than almost any other driver at the track this year. Congratulations. How about a big hand again for Bridgman's Wrecker Service, always on hand to help out the drivers and tow them out. We're blessed for the years to call Gene Tuttle our friend. He left this earth way too early. We have an award named after him. It goes each year to an official who goes above and beyond. This person will tell you that he is not an official, but he stepped into that tough position and handled it fairly and to the letter of the rule. This year, we had a special person step up and take over that tech area. He even spent time behind the receiver radio calling races. Multi-talented and doing a great job. Super awesome job all year. The 2018 recipient of the Gene Tuttle Award is Ed Bubba Klein. Congratulations, Ed. You're welcome. Thank you. At the 2015 banquet, we started the I-35 Speedway Hall of Fame. We inducted Dixie Castor, who's on hand with us tonight. Dixie, how about a big hand for Dixie Castor? And for those Castor boys, she cleared the table so you guys do the dishes. Okay, Buzz? All right, Larry? All right. In 2016, we added Dean Ray, Kyle Johnson, and Mike Knight. Also, besides Dixie in that first year, Gene Tuttle was added in that first class. 2016, Dean Ray, Kyle Johnson, and Mike Knight were added. In 2017, Buzz Castor, Bud Wilson, and Paula Wilson Murphy were inducted. All those inducted have played a part in making I-35 Speedway the great track that it has become. With those inductees, post and past inductees, please come to the stage and assist us in handing out our presentation for tonight. Hey, Creed, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Doing okay, Paula? Yeah. All right, good to see you. I told Dixie at that end of the table was probably the most fun. You guys are the cool kids sitting down here. Last year, owner Mike Johnson announced 4 new inductees to be honored tonight. Tonight, we want to honor those new inductees into the I-35 Speedway Hall of Fame. Our first inductee was a printer by trade for many years. He loved to golf. He received a National Achievement Award from the Racing Promotions Monthly RPM group. The most influential person in his life was Maurice Muchnick, who was an owner of the original Lakeside Speedway. He bought into what he believes is the first race car auto show back in the early 70s, Race-O-Rama, with Clyde Ellis and Bob Chase. He received the Carb J.O. Pop Harriman Award, or Hartman Award, and has competed in all racing completed in all racing jobs in numerous areas of the track. He created a junior fan club and is remembered very well for that alone. He won a blue ribbon showing Bangor steer at the American Royal. He secretly put aside $1,000 each year to give to drivers that had bad luck at the track, but it never went back to the top runners. He has an award presented in his name by CARB at other supported tracks each year. He has been inducted into the Wyandotte County Sports Association Hall of Fame and the Central Auto Racing Boosters Hall of Fame. He brought the first IMCA modifieds into the area. He created the Gene Claxton rule: if you win this week, you start in the back of the feature the next week. He was a successful track operator at Riverside Stadium, Lakeside Speedway, and I-35 Speedway. Where would you be if Larry Castor had not promoted I-35 Speedway? Tonight we honor and induct Larry Castor into the I-35 Speedway Hall of Fame. Our next inductee is a current racer who started a second-generation racer. He began racing in go-karts at 13 years of age on an asphalt track in Missouri at a go-kart track. He raced his first race at Riverside Stadium in 1981 as a 15-year-old, when at that time the requirement was just 16 years old to race. He raced street stocks for 2 years. As a high school graduation present, his father took him to Quad City, Illinois, where they purchased a steel-bodied Pinto modified. His second race date with one with his wife occurred when the races were rained out at Riverside Stadium. He arrived at the house with his race car and trailer in tow and asked her if she wanted to go out. In 1985, his wife bought their first race car from Jerry Cooper, purchasing the trailer, spare parts, and all. Jerry gave them a break on the deal, allowing the couple a few months to pay off the balance. The couple purchased the new Harris chassis dirt modified in 1988, and they attended dirt cars on asphalt races at I-70 Speedway. He had Dave Jensen change the Harris car over to asphalt. In 1992, he won 3 races in a row during the month of May at I-70 Speedway. He was the 1995 NASCAR Modified Champion at I-70 Speedway and repeated that feat in 2001. He has driven an ARCA car, was the highest finishing local driver in the ARCA race at Kansas Speedway. His crew was the first crew to line up on pit lane for the national anthem when they competed at I-70 Speedway. In 2005, he returned to dirt racing. He has always been Mr. Consistent with 1 or 2 or more or 3 wins a year, and has always been near the top end points, earning I-35 Speedway B-Mod Point Champion in 2012 and 2013. Let's honor Randy Ainsworth as our newest inductee into the I-35 Speedway Hall of Fame. Congratulations, Randy. Our third and fourth inductees into the I-35 Speedway Hall of Fame is a racing couple of Eddie and Betty Schwope. Turns out Eddie Schwope is a second-generation race car driver. Grandpa Schwope, Eugene, was an original racer. The Schwope family has competed in go-karts and big cars for years. Betty even competed in a powder puff derby over the years as well. Eddie Schwab was well known in go-kart circle for his driving talent, engine building. He would spend many a night putting together a go-kart engine to go onto the kitchen table to work on it. Eddie Schwab was also responsible for bringing big cars, stock cars, to Savannah, Missouri racetrack. The owner of the track was an open-wheel fan and believed the rumors that big cars would leave parts and debris on the track. Eddie talked them into trying big cars and discovered it was not true, and they added to his crowd, to the crowd there as well. Eddie was also responsible for talking to the mayor of St. Joseph, Missouri, into bringing a go-kart race into the streets. It was so successful that a local grocery store owner began the day grumbling about the uses of his parking lot, and by the end of the day, he had sold out of everything in the store and was telling Eddie to bring the race back to use his parking lot as a home base anytime. Betty would assist Eddie Jr. in his endeavors. At one point in time, he was working nights and working on race cars during the mornings. Betty told him that they would have everything ready when they got there the next morning. Have everything ready meant a pitcher of tea and cupcakes were ready. When he was struggling with the party, she would say, "Stop and have some tea and cupcakes, and when you come back to work on it, it will all fall in place." Eddie Jr. did, and sure enough, stepping away for a break, it all went back together. Tonight, we honor Eddie and Betty Schwab as our new inductees into the I-35 Speedway Hall of Fame.
But we're not done. We've got one more going in with his parents.
We also have another inductee who has not been announced until just now. He is here on the stage accepting for his parents, but guess what? We have a plaque for him. Eddie Schwab Jr. is going into the I-35 Speedway Hall of Fame along with his parents. Eddie Schwab Jr. bought his first car from Gene and Wilma Claxton. His dad started him in racing in go-karts, building him a go-kart from the ground up because his legs were too short to reach the pedals at one point, believe it or not. His dad took him down by the river where the Riverboat Casino in St. Joseph, Missouri currently sits. They fired up the engine and he told Eddie Jr. to make the turn and come back. Well, Eddie killed it and his father had to go back and start the go-kart. He told him how to make the turns, and once he conquered sliding through the turns, he took him to the track where we shall say the rest is history. Eddie Schwab Jr., when asked how many races they had won or how many championships, said his dad nor he were counting either one of those races throughout their careers. He had won over 200 go-kart trophies before graduating from high school. Each race, the last one is over and no longer counts, and on to the next race. Tonight, we honor Eddie Schwab Jr. as the newest member of the I-35 Speedway Hall of Fame. And I'm going to say personally, it did us all a lot of good to see you running right up front in that final race of the year, Eddie. Congratulations. And to see that victory just did a lot for our hearts. Thank you very much, and congratulations on your family's honor tonight. How about a big hand for the Schwab family?
Hang on, Mark. All you Hall of Famers, go ahead and stay up here for a minute.
I think JD's got the mic. What do you got?
I got a microphone. Mike and Kyle Johnson up there.
So he gets one opportunity to do the race announcing deal, and then here he goes. But he's always.
I got to steal it.
Okay, all right.
Because we're not done.
All right.
We got another inductee. This inductee has meant a lot to this racing community ever since he became involved in racing. He's a successful businessman, owning and operating several businesses. He started as a water boy. Started in 1978 with his own water business. And over the years, I asked him one time, how'd you get started? Well, he was building houses, and somebody talked him into racing a street stock. And then from there, he bought a Grand National. To the point, racing a Grand National, he lost a championship on the last night. So he's experienced it all. But that just added fuel to the fire. And let me tell you a few more things about this man. He was born competitive. His oldest, well, I don't want to say his oldest son, but his oldest second son has some of those same traits. This man once played for the Kansas City Royals Farm Club. He wants to win. And if it requires a battle to win, a battle you're going to get. If it requires finesse to win, finesse you're going to get. He is a perfectionist and he's a clean freak. He's up right there in front of him. He's got his Germax. When it comes to dotting the I's and crossing the T's, that's not enough. He'll take it a step further. If the grass grows 1/8 of an inch, he wants it cut. And he can tell 1/8 of an inch. He's the father of racers, having been in competition with his sons, having become a multi-car owner in competition. He relates well with bankers, businessmen, sponsors, racers, striving to be fair to all. But he's also become a specialist at improvements. Improving racers, improving equipment, improving his staff, improving his racing facilities. You see, when racing in this area needed someone to step up, this competitor stepped up. All because he was told not to come back to a racetrack at one point in time, and he replied, "I won't be back until I own it." 11 years ago, that's exactly what happened when he purchased I-35 Speedway. Now you think about it, there wouldn't be a banquet with all of us here tonight had he not stepped up to the plate. There wouldn't be a racetrack. And getting to work for him, and I'm off script now, but I get to tell you this, getting to work for him and seeing some of the people around the area that have talked about the improvements at I-35 Speedway. And then I stopped today to get this plaque. Take my notes here for a minute. I didn't write these. I think I know who did. But this says it all. Hall of Fame 2018 presented to Mike Johnson in honor of the time and commitment you have put into I-35 Speedway to make it the success it is today. Welcome to the Hall of Fame, Mike Johnson. Come up here, and all you Hall of Famers, come on up. Untouched by human hands. You want to say anything? You sure? See the perfectionist in him? Congratulations, Mike.
Thank you, JD. Great job. And thank you again for all that you did. Thank you so much for everything you do for the track. And thanks for filling in this year as well. All right, guys, that's going to conclude the banquet for tonight. Music and dancing will begin. Remember, our silent auction, drinks will be available. Let's let the party begin. Thank you guys very much. We really appreciate it. Go ahead and take the microphone and tell us what we have here for us. Hold that.
You hold that?
You got it.
If I could have Paula, Skittles, Riley, Creed, Murph. Well, you want to tell them? Because you're better than I am. Krista, you want to come up here too?
tell him who's for.
You know, at the first of the year, before this year turned, the last of last year, I guess, we know who we lost. And it's unfortunate Mama ain't here, because we had some for her too. That right there is for you, little mini me. And I hope you enjoy that. My wife and me, and my racing guys, we promised something at the first of the year, and we did all of our winnings. We deducted just our entry fees, that's all, not all of our any expenses. And our race funds that we came up with this year is the total of these 3 checks. These 3 checks we're going to give into 3 organizations, times 3 for those organizations.
Again, but a big hand for Paula, for all you guys do, Power Wheels, and all you guys have done here. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys for all that you've done, and thank you very much.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Good to see you, Creed. Good job, buddy. And thanks to Ron Hill. Thank you, Ron. All right, that's going to conclude all the trophies and presentations for tonight. We'll have some raffle drawings, but for KC Cheese and finishing up our video, thank you for our 2018 season and for all you guys have done. Appreciate it very much. This is Mark Burrell saying so long from the Awards Banquet at I-35 Speedway. We'll see you next year at I-35 Speedway in March for an exciting racing season for dirt track racing at its best.